at the movies with Tim Sika. Welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you, Kim. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. It's been a
Yeah.
kind of crazy week, lots and lots and lots of stuff to do, and yeah, I'm about ready for as you're in your opening thing says, grab a drink. I think I could use a drink right about now.
Grab a drink. Well, it's pretty hot in the South
Oh,
Bay.
I know it's very hot. Yeah.
So it's a great day for a drink. And it's a great day to see this movie, Eden. I have to tell you, I'm kind of excited about this one because I've seen the promos running all over social media for it.
Yeah, Eden. Okay. All right. Okay. Eden is a survival thriller drama. It's based on the true story of this group of European settlers who travel to this isolated island in the Galapagos called Floriana Island, where they attempt to start a new life there based on the writings and philosophies of this semi-sane, semi-crazy Dr. Friedrich Ritter. He's played in the film by Jude Law, who, and I probably shouldn't mention this, but it did kind of shock me, who appears frontally nude in the film, and it's early on too. Jude Law frontally nude in this movie. Anyway, for those interested, anyway, Eden,
there's a
ladies,
reason to watch the movie.
there you go. Okay, but anyway, Eden, it's like a utopian drama.
Okay.
Very well mounted, sumptuously made and crafted, a survival drama about.
Just say full frontal nudity and then use the word mounted.
I did, but I didn't use the word mounted in context with the front.
Sorry,
Where
did my mind go? I don't know.
It's funny. That's okay because there's he does a lot of mounting in this movie with his partner. So anyway, that's something that I probably shouldn't have revealed. But anyway, that's what might make some people go see this movie. Anyway, it's a drama about the rot and the decay and the darkness of the human species. Ron Howard directed, probably a project better suited to the likes of like a Darren Aronofsky or a David Fincher. Howard's sensibility is that of a more mature Steven Spielberg. He tends to be very sunny, and his films are for the most part kind of scrubby clean. I love his movies. I just love his movies, but I think this material would have been better suited better served in the hands of a different director. Anyway, it's beautifully shot. Though you're in for a ride when the movie begins with a voiceover from Jude Law as this doctor, who's really, into the philosophy of Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche, who died insane. You really know that you're in for a ride when his voiceover asks, what's the meaning of life? Well, I'll tell you, it's pain. And in pain, we find truth. And in truth, we find salvation, something to that effect. So you're going, okay, thank you for setting us up here for what's going to follow. But what follows is, despite the film's high level of craft, a movie that, I don't know, given the potential impact of its theme, sanitizes, maybe that's the wrong word, mitigates maybe is the better, more accurate word, mitigates both visually and thematically, mitigates how horrible these events should really look if played out according to the way they really happen, because it's based on a true story. In other words, it's like if you were teaching a bunch of young school kids about the horrors of slavery, you might start there. But then, you might say something to make it more palatable, like, well, some of the slaves were treated very well and kindly by their masters. That approach, which is the kind of approach this movie takes, kind of, in my opinion, undercuts what really should be the focus, which is, in my opinion, the horribleness of the subject matter. So the approach to the movie makes for a decent mass entertainment movie, but horribly diminishes that movie if the movie is going to be looked at in terms of art, which is pretty much how I, as a film journalist, approach film, celebrating the art of film and the movie-going experience. That's the tagline to my radio program. So Eden, objectively speaking, it's okay. It's a well-intentioned movie, but it's surface to me. It's like a surface hybrid of Lord of the Flies and Mosquito Coast, which kind of warn us that, when humankind is left to its own devices and without rules and regulations, it can very easily descend into barbarism. That's really, that's what this movie is. I mean, And if you really want to get an insight into what happened on Florena Island circa the early 30s, before the dawning of fascism and the start of World War II, I highly recommend folks check out this documentary. It's called The Galapagos Affair, Satan Came to Eden, which is a 2013 feature-length documentary. It's directed by Bay Area filmmakers Daniel Geller and Dana Goldfein. Once you've seen that movie, I don't think you need to see Eden. And that's just my opinion. You know, I mean, there's a lot to admire in this movie, I guess. The performances are really, you know, top notch. Anna de, what is her name? Anna de Armas.
Mm-hmm.
She played Marilyn Monroe in a film a couple of years ago. She's very good in this movie as this self-absorbed heiress who travels to this unspoiled paradise, wanting to build a resort hotel for millionaires. I mean, what does that sound like, right? I think for a certain audience, I think Eden will more than suffice as entertainment and drama, and maybe even provide for those audiences something to think about. But for me, I've seen these themes presented and dramatized in much better ways and in much, much more nuanced and frankly, much better movies, and, you know, movies with better scripts. So, okay. And in conclusion, because I've already talked too much about this movie, you know what? If you're asking me, I'd say skip it. You can find what this movie is about in better ways, in better films.
And that's the Galapagos Affair that you mentioned.
Yeah, the Galapagos Affair is called Satan Came to Eden. And oh boy, is that I think, again, and I'm comparing and contrasting. I think if I just saw this film out of the blue, having not seen too many movies in my life, I might think, okay, you know, this is pretty good. But
yeah,
no, I can't help but, I can't erase, what's there in my mind. So I don't know. Did Michael Snyder review it? I'm curious if he did and if he liked it.
he did review it, and I think he liked it, although I'm not sure because I was doing other things.
Oh, okay. I'll be sure to I'll check it out on my show. I'll go to the YouTube thing.
So not even Jude Law could save this movie with the full frontal, huh?
Well, not for me.
Okay.
I mean, it's, hey, the star. There's more and more of this. I saw a film which I'm going to review next week. It's called Splitsville. It's a romantic comedy, Kim, that I cannot wait to talk to you about.
Oh, okay.
I cannot wait to talk to you about. But I bring it up to say, one of the actors in there is. I mean, he's not only fully frontal, he's fully frontal, God, at least three or four scenes.
Okay.
I mean, it's happening more, ladies, so you can be happy, men, and it's about time, I mean, women have been doing it since the movies began. So it's about time men show their stuff.
Show their wares.
Yes.
The next movie is called Relay.
Yeah, this is a fascinating espionage thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very different from a lot of the espionage thrillers that we've seen in the past in a lot of respects, but also similar to those same espionage thrillers in its resolution. But anyway, it's about it. The premise is really, really interesting. I don't think I ever saw a movie with this kind of premise, but it's about a secretive fixer played by Riz Ahmed, and he's to the right there on the poster. He's always compelling. I really love this actor. He's just interesting to watch, who serves as this kind of like intermediary, I'm going to say voice or embodiment, because his identity is never shared, between whistleblowers and the corrupt corporations on whom these people have blown the whistle, to help them extricate themselves from, being harassed and threatened and everything. So it's a really, really interesting premise. And without giving anything else away, that to my mind is the best way to describe this movie, which is very smart, at times surprising, consistently twisty in its plot elements, that keeps you guessing all the way until it's kind of somewhat predictable and rather awkward character twist that I won't reveal, but a character twist that in the end really doesn't ruin or spoil the many preceding pleasures that are to be found in this. Really, it's a very special movie. I liked it a lot, and despite my shortcomings, I recommend it. It's to paraphrase Yogi Bear, smarter than your average espionage thriller. So I got to recommend it.
Okay, that's good because I like a good espionage thriller. Who's the actress in this movie?
Lily, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Lily, she was in the first two seasons, I think, of Downton Abbey. Lily
Oh,
something. I don't have
okay.
my computer in front of me, but she's a very good actress, and yeah, she's also one of the reasons to see it. Lily, oh my God, I was gonna say
Lily James.
Lily James, yeah, really fine actress, and she's
Okay.
very good here. And she has to do this thing with her character at some point where you're going, "Wow, this woman has very good acting technique." Anyway, yeah, Lily
Oh,
James,
there
you
you
thank you
go.
for figuring that out for me.
Your next one is called Honey Don't,
Honey, don't, yeah.
which looks
Okay,
like with the poster, I would think it was your classic movie recommendation of the week, but it's not.
no, far
No.
from it.
Yeah.
And try as I might to be objective about this movie, it's really not very good. It's called Honey Don't, and it's this neo noir dark comedy detective film directed by Ethan Cohen of the Coen Brothers, who co-wrote this screenplay with his life partner Trisha Cook, and it's the second in their quote unquote lesbian B movie trilogy series following Drive Away Dolls, which we talked about on your show, and which frankly was stretching this concept then. Now it's just borderline insufferable and like slogging through a vat of molasses watching this movie. Now, the Coen brothers together have given the world some of the greatest movies I think ever made, like Fargo and No Country for Old Men. But Ethan, who directed this without Joel, and again and also in context of Driveway Dolls, which was the first of this lesbian B movie trilogy, is just less inspired,
Mm,
lacking in the spark and brilliance that working with his brother Joel they jointly excelled in such movies like Fargo and No Country for Old Men. The best thing about Honey Don't is Margaret Qualley, who evokes a kind of like Humphrey Bogart-esque resurrection of his ghost in her line readings, and the way she just kind of walks through this picture. She's kind of like, I don't think she's mimicking Bogart, but she's evoking Bogart. And I really loved her performance, and she's just wonderful to watch. But other than that, I say forget Honey Don't. As in, like, Honey, don't see this movie unless maybe you
oh,
just have to get out of the house to a movie and it's the only thing playing in your neck of the woods. Otherwise, skip it.
skip Honey Don't. I'll have
Honey,
to
don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Honey, Honey Don't indeed. Okay, your classic movie recommendation of the week is called Paths of Glory.
Yeah, 1957. One of the early Stanley Kubrick masterpieces and one of the greatest anti-war movies ever produced. It stars Kirk Douglas. He's in the poster there. It was adapted from a 1935 novel of the same name, and in it, Douglas plays a colonel. He plays the commanding officer of French soldiers in World War I, who refused to continue on this suicidal attack against the Germans. After which, the Kirk Douglas colonel character has to defend three of the soldiers who participated in this futile attack against charges of cowardice in a court martial, which is really a kangaroo court. And these three soldiers are then selected to be shot at a firing squad
Oh,
unjustly to serve as scapegoats for like military humiliation and military incompetence in order to save their skins. And so the movie is about military corruption at the highest and most insidious levels. The way in which the film too delineated the split between officers and the men they were supposed to be protecting was just shocking. The film, in fact, was banned in France when it first appeared for 18 years because of
why?
its because of its anti-militaristic stance. It made the military look like not only fools but evil as well, and it's all evoked in this powerful film. It's a disturbing film, deeply disturbing film on a multitude of levels, and like the lion's share of the lion's share of the Stanley Kubrick canon, this movie is so layered in its depiction of military deceit and corruption that every time you watch it, and I can't even tell you how many times I've watched it, you see something new. It's so dense, and dense in the best possible way. It's a masterpiece, possibly the greatest anti-war film ever made, next to arguably All Quiet on the Western Front, which was also banned in Germany because it depicted German military corruption and incompetence.
Mhm.
Path of Glory was banned in France because it depicted French military corruption and incompetence during World War One. And like all of Kubrick's films, it's masterfully photographed. It's just arresting to look at. You could watch this movie without the sound and be totally blown away. The tracking shots in the trenches, for one, are just out of this world, breathtaking. Anyway, brilliant film, powerful, and harrowing too, positively harrowing too, in its overall power. When this movie is over, you feel like you've been through something that you just can't put into words. It's now streaming on Amazon too. If you have membership, you can see it free as part of your membership.
Wow. Okay, you made me want to see that. And there's something with you this month where you're into the old war movies, because last week it was Patton.
Yeah. Maybe there's a
Yeah,
okay. So maybe you can like psychoanalyze that trend for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a manifestation of the inside of my mind, which is feeling like I need to fight every battle these days.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't
All
know.
right.
Yeah.
We'll recap it with Eden. You said the subject matter is really diminished by the approach to this true story, but you still said, though it was entertaining, you recommend instead the Galapagos Affair, Satan Came to Eden instead, and you say really you should see that movie and skip this one, Eden.
Yeah.
As for Relay, you said this is a smart movie. It's an interesting premise, and it's better than other movies of this sort, these types of espionage thrillers. You really like this one. You're recommending Eden.
No,
However, you
no relay.
Oh, Relay. You're recommending Relay. My apologies.
Yeah.
Honey Don't, though, you are not recommending Honey Don't. You said it's really not inspired. It's a great actress, though. Margaret Qualley gives a great performance, but still, you said skip Honey Don't. It's really not worth your time.
Yeah, the title tells you what you need to do in regards to this movie. Just don't.
As far as the classic movie rec of the week, you say it's Paths of Glory from 1957 that you have selected for this week. It's a controversial anti-war film. You said it's a look into military corruption and that it is masterfully photographed, brilliant and powerful, and streaming on Amazon from 1957, Paths of Glory. And you know, Tim Sika, that there are people
Yeah.
that wait every week, and even if they miss the show, they'll log back in to see what you picked as the classic movie
Oh
recommendation,
wow.
because it's become tradition in their house to watch it every weekend.
Oh gee. Well, that is
Mhm.
fair. That is so sweet, and that is so flattering. Maybe I should be paying more attention to these movies in your audience, and maybe because some of these movies that I'm saying are great, I don't know if everybody else would have that same reaction to them. But yeah, and again, it depends what mood you're in. I think I would not watch Paths of Glory if you've just you know been to court and your divorce has been finalized.
It can be a little heavy. Well, and that's what the sizzle says. Paths of Glory was heavy then, very interesting to watch
Ah,
now.
you know what?
Mhm,
That's a very interesting comment because I think it's particular. It's another Kubrick film. It's almost prescient. Watching it today
mhm.
in view of what we're going through as a country,
Right.
holy cow. Because I did watch it again in preparation for us talking about it, and
Mhm.
I'm going, I can't believe how this is reflecting so much of what's happening right now. This is just crazy. And this was a 1935 book and a 1957 movie. How
Wow.
many
Isn't
years
that
ago was that?
weird?
Yeah, yeah.
Ricky says, thank you for your time and opinions, Tim. Always worth the view. Brings some comedy for the past for us. So he's looking for a comedy next time.
Okay, I will take that to heart, and
Mhm.
I will look for a comedy next time. You can count on it. I promise.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ricky. Yeah.
And it looks like, what else do we have here for you? Hmm. A lot of people talking about Paths of Glory says be aware faced significant backlash when it was released. And you
Yeah.
mentioned this in France where it was banned for its critical portrayal of the military.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
you,
go.
you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
mention that as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, oh, and Yvonne says, how about a 100 100% classic movie show from Tim with no recent ones. Well, I think 1957 is pretty classic, right? And it's black and white. I mean, I don't know how much more classic you can get.
Yeah, well, maybe they meant maybe she meant yeah, to just have I don't know, like a whole show of just classic movies. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I see. I think what she meant is just do a whole like segment on classic movies as opposed to mixing new reviews with the classic movies. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I kind of like the way you do it. So I don't know.
It's all up to you who is the producer and host of your
There
program.
you go.
So there you go.
At the movies with Tim Sika. Always a pleasure, Tim. Off you go to start a fabulous weekend.
All right, you too, Kim, and I can't wait to talk to you next week with a comedy for Ricky. We're going to do a comedy for Ricky.
And a little romance for me. I'm looking forward to it.
I cannot wait to talk to you about Splitsville. Remember that name, Splitsville. Okay, talk to you next week, Kim.
Thanks,
okay.
Tim.
All right, bye.